so our fourth finding, we're going to bring up the Mary, Tim, Lisa, and Michelle. Don't worry, you'll get to see Crystal later. She had the fun comment. I can't wait till you come up here later. All right, so we'll have them introduce themselves. You've seen a few, you haven't seen a few of them, and we'll have them speak to this finding. So go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm still Tim McMillan from Lakewood Public Schools. Go ahead.
I'm still Mary Lang, North Godwin.
Michelle Morrow, North Godwin.
Lisa Herman, Coit Creative Arts Academy.
Michelle, could you just talk about your background a little bit and where you were teaching before North Godwin and some of the
Absolutely.
differences and so forth?
Yeah, absolutely. I started my career at Chicago Public Schools on the South Side. So when I went to St. Mary's College down in Indiana, and when I was there, my mentor teacher really inspired me for inner city education. I found it my calling, my passion. It's what I always wanted to do. I grew up in the parochial system here in Grand Rapids, so it was completely opposite of every experience I've ever had. So I found myself going to Chicago Public Schools, and the only place they hire first-year teachers is in the inner city, South Side. So I started there, and my experience there was phenomenal. I loved the students, but every classroom was a closed-door classroom. You were your own island. In fact, my classroom got left behind on a field trip. The rest of my teaching partners made it to the zoo, and they forgot to tell me my bus was here. So apparently a half-filled bus means you still weren't there. So shortly thereafter, I found myself wanting to come back to Grand Rapids, and luckily got an open door here at Godwin, and still got to participate in that passion. And when I came to Godwin, it was the complete opposite experience than my Chicago Public. Same type of learner, same child, but every classroom was open door. Every teacher wanted to be a part of each other's lives and those students' lives. So it was really inspiring to find this culture.
Awesome. Go ahead, Mary.
Well, just talking about, I kind of alluded to it the last time I was up here, but I feel really strongly about the importance of classroom management and building relationships with children. All children, but especially children in high poverty situations. We are the lifeline for some of these kids, and we cannot feel sorry for them. We have to give them the skills that they need to be able to break the cycle of poverty and get an education and become successful in this world. And so we all have that calling and work tirelessly to that effort. But we cannot just sit back and feel sorry. They're going through a lot of stuff, and most of the staff, obviously, that works with them has never experienced this in their life. So we don't come from backgrounds where that's something we're used to. So it's shocking to you sometimes of what these kids are dealing with, but you cannot sit back and feel sorry for them. You must empower them and empower your staff to build those relationships and make a meaningful difference in their life.
Absolutely. I found as a classroom teacher that the environment that the students are learning in is key. Studies have shown that, especially in particular inner city school districts, the kids come to school with so much baggage, they cannot learn until those primary needs are met. Feeling loved, feeling welcome, feeling wanted, eating. All of those primary needs that a student has needs to be met before they can actually learn. So we really focus on that management system where the kids buy into the teacher. If they don't buy into that teacher, those primary needs aren't met, and those students will not learn at the pace that they need to learn. So management and that whole buy-in, it is not about discipline. It is about getting those kids to believe in you and letting them know that you believe in them to inspire their learning.
And if you do work in a a building or a district that has high poverty, something simple like a book study, Ruby Payne's poverty book, very simple read, very quick, but a huge eye opener. It was a huge learning experience for our district as a whole to read through that book and like these ladies have just said, learn what they're coming to school with is very, very difficult to deal with.
In my classroom, well, in all of our classrooms, they're community. The kids, this is our school family. We're here for each other. And my kids will hold each other accountable. Wait a minute, you didn't prove that answer. You need to go back. And if they can't do it, then they'll help them do it. So they help each other accountable. Even when, if I forget to say, oh, did you prove that? Somebody will call them out. So they're a community and they know, I can help you do that. And without that, they just, they would slide under the table if it's not always just me holding them accountable, they hold each other accountable.
Yeah, I would say there's a true family atmosphere in all of our classrooms. You have to create that sense of family within your classroom.
And there's just a ton of things you can do to just help yourselves out with that. We're the school that's guilty of our upper elementary kids go to the bathroom as a classroom. They bring a book to read. They stand outside the hall. We let them go to the bathroom 2 or 3 kids at a time. And it's solving 2 things. Number one, the propensity to misbehave in the hallway with 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders is typically fairly high. That completely takes care of that. And then, of course, we're reading. And so kills 2 birds with 1 stone very nicely.
Yeah. Setting those kinds of routines that you just spoke of are crucial. The kids need structure, they need routine, they need to feel safe, and those kinds of things help them. You mentioned Ruby Payne's work, also Eric Jensen's work on the brain and poverty is extremely beneficial to look at as well.
The consistency that you all talk about, and we noticed in the schools, it's not just one classroom doing it, it was the entire building, had that consistency so the students knew. So thank you for sharing. We appreciate it. We're